Brought to you by Virtual Travel by Brian. Before you start packing boxes and dreaming of waterfront living, here's your reality check. Not every Maryland town screams quality of life. Some scream something else entirely, like sirens, eviction notices, or why is my rent this high when the streetlights don't even work? If you've ever wondered about the worst towns and cities in Maryland, this countdown might just make you rethink those moving plans. So buckle up. This isn't just a list. It's a journey through the side of Maryland most people don't want to talk about. Stick around until the end. You'll want to know exactly which towns you should never move to. Elkton, the so-called gateway to Maryland. Sounds charming, right? Until you actually cross that gate. It might as well say, proceed at your own risk. Once known for quick weddings and passing travelers, Elkton today faces issues that drive many residents to say, I do, to leaving. Crime sits about 66% higher than the Maryland average, and violent crime is roughly 50% higher than the national rate. Locals joke that sirens outnumber church bells on Sundays. And if you think that's bad, property crime tells an even darker story. Theft and burglary make up nearly 80% of reported crimes. In Elkton, even your lawnmower might need a security detail. Economically, things aren't much brighter. Median income hovers around $62,000, far below the state's $98,000 average, with poverty pushing 17%. Add aging infrastructure, struggling schools, and a downtown begging for revival, and you'll see why Elkton often lands on Maryland's avoid if possible lists. Would you live in a town where even opportunity seems to be packing its bags? Hyattsville, the small city with big city problems. It wants to be artsy and up and coming, but in reality, it's like that one friend who swears they've changed, until you check their record. Crime here is 77% higher than the national average. Violent crime? Nearly double Maryland's state rate. Sure, it's got cool murals and trendy restaurants, but also car break-ins and assaults in revitalized zones. With homes averaging $430,000 and incomes around $78,000, you'll pay $500,000 to hear police sirens as background music. Hyattsville has heart and community spirit, but between crime, cost, and chaos, it's a risky bet for anyone chasing that Maryland dream. Cambridge should be Maryland's coastal gem, but instead, it's a case study in how beauty and struggle can share the same zip code. Violent crime nearly doubles the state average, and property crime runs about 40% higher. You don't just worry about break-ins, you wonder if your car will still be there tomorrow. The median household income, around $52,000. Poverty rate, between 20 and 25%. Many neighborhoods show decades of neglect and economic erosion. And yet, there's hope. Local artists, small businesses, and leaders are pushing for revival. But for now, Cambridge is still more survival than success. Ocean City, Maryland's summer playground. It's fun to visit. But living here year-round? That's a different story. During summer, it's packed and profitable. But once the tourists leave, the town turns ghostly. Unemployment spikes above 8%. Median income sits at just $45,000, and homes average $430,000. From May to September, chaos reigns. Late-night parties, DUIs, and noise that never stops. Would you trade safety and stability for a permanent summer? Because here, paradise comes with fine print, and it's written in sand. Hagerstown, good bones, bad breaks. Once a proud industrial hub, now more of a hub for problems. Violent crime sits 80% higher than the Maryland average. Median income, $52,000. Poverty, 20%. Factories closed, jobs vanished, and progress feels stuck in the early 2000s. But to be fair, there's heart here. The art scene is growing and leaders are trying to revive downtown. The question is, can Hagerstown rise again, or is it too late? If you're enjoying the countdown so far, hit that like button, subscribe to Virtual Travel by Brian, and ring that notification bell for more brutally honest city breakdowns. Cumberland, once the Queen City, now the crown's a bit tarnished. Once booming with railroads and factories, today the median income is just $47,000, and poverty sits near 25%. Crime is roughly 90% higher than the national average. Affordable housing exists around $140,000, but so do the challenges. Locals are proud, the scenery is stunning, but the economy keeps punching below its potential. Salisbury, the capital of the Eastern Shore, home to college students, commuters, and crime stats that don't lie. Violent crime nearly doubles the state average. Median income, $57,000. Poverty rate, 23%. The city has potential: waterfront access, a university, and downtown revitalization. But it's still fighting to balance progress with public safety. Two Salisburys exist. One of promise, one of problems. Which one would you end up in? Blink and you might miss it, but Bladensburg will definitely leave an impression. Crime is nearly 80% higher than the national average, and violent crime 50% above the state's. With a $63,000 median income and slow job growth, the town feels stuck between DC's opportunities and its overflow of problems. It's got history and community pride, but safety concerns keep it off most people's moving lists. Don't let the royal name fool you. Princess Anne is no fairy tale. Violent crime, nearly triple the national average. Poverty, 33%. Median income, around $40,000. It's affordable, yes, but at a cost. Low-paying jobs, poor schools, and limited healthcare options make life here feel more trapped than tranquil. For now, the princess still waits for her happy ending. And finally, Baltimore, the crown jewel of Maryland's chaos. It's a city of contrasts: world-class crab cakes and world-class crime rates. Violent crime exceeds 1,800 incidents per 100,000 residents. Poverty over 20%. Hundreds of homicides every year. Yet Baltimore's soul is undeniable. The culture, music, and pride shine through, even as the city battles decades of decline. It's beauty and pain, side by side. And deciding to live here means accepting both. And there you have it, the top 10 worst towns to live in Maryland right now. From struggling small towns to big cities fighting their demons, Maryland proves that not every zip code by the Chesapeake Bay is picture perfect. But remember, every struggling town has people working hard to change the story. So before you cross a place off your list, dig deeper. Real-life Maryland living isn't just about stats. It's about what kind of life you want to build. If you found this countdown eye-opening or a little shocking, hit like, drop a comment with the city that surprised you most, and subscribe to Facts Zone Planet for more brutally honest relocation guides and city deep dives across America.